Danielle joins us now with a first look at the weather, and we've got a rather dramatic change.
We have a lot to talk about here, Ian. And I think the number one thing is treacherous road conditions later tonight. So as the snow kicks in this evening, the winds will still be gusty, creating blizzard-like conditions. We also had a lot of melting today since we got so warm. We got up to 9 degrees this afternoon, and all that will freeze really quickly out there. So underneath the snow, it will also be very icy. So walking, driving, really difficult tonight and for the morning commute. 8 degrees right now. We have the winds still out of the west, gusting closer to that 60-kilometer-per-hour mark at times today and right now. There you go. There's the system. Doesn't look like much on the radar at this point, but what it will offer is that consistent snowfall. Now, ahead of it, we're getting the wind. It's excessively windy south of us, where they've had wind gusts, Pincher Creek, for example, 122 kilometers per hour, and even Medicine Hat over 100. For us in Calgary, we are under a snowfall warning, likely 15 centimeters total, but we could see more than that. That's your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen.
Okay, if you have the opportunity to take Fridays off, or if you can work from home tomorrow,
yes,
tomorrow's the day to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, why drive through that kind of stuff if you don't need to?
Yeah.
If you need to, like we need to.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, because it's not going to be ideal. Even if you can delay when you go out, that could help as well, because tomorrow morning during the big commute, it's not going to be ideal. All right. Here we go. Looking outside, as you just saw by that live shot there, it's hard to imagine this type of weather coming up here, but it's right on our doorstep. The system is tracking down the QE2 as we speak. I'll show you that on the radar. Heavy snow is definitely in our forecast. Now, likely we're looking at 10 to 15 centimeters for most communities in Calgary. Some isolated areas, Calgary and surrounding areas, could actually get up to 30 centimeters. And I'll show you that coming up here. Gusty tonight. So while we've already had gusty conditions, it will continue to be gusty until about 8-10 o'clock tonight. Then it will slightly ease throughout those overnight hours, but that will create blizzard-like conditions for a temporary amount of time. And then temperatures will be dropping fast, so everything that melted today will freeze out there as well, creating those icy conditions in addition to all the snow. Yeah, kind of like the last round, if you remember that, but with a little more snowfall than the last round. 8 is the temperature in Lethbridge right now, and in Calgary as well. So we've had very warm temperatures. Many communities even got into the double digits. Lethbridge, Brooks, Medicine Hat, Drumheller today, and now sitting around that 9 mark. Here's a look at maximum wind gusts. Check out the far south, over 100 kilometers per hour. Pincher Creek 122, Medicine Hat 102, and Lethbridge at 100 for today. So very gusty there, and it will be very gusty when that snow arrives in the far south as well. Again, blizzard-like conditions there. So the wind warning's in place for the far south, but really what we're looking at, the snowfall warning. Calgary is under the snowfall warning, down to High River, over to Champion, and then over to the Brooks area, and then up the QE2. 30 centimeters of snow in some localized areas, but I'm going to give you the amounts of snow that you can most likely expect in your community. Just a second here. This is that system that's tracking down. It is tracking down a little slower than anticipated by about an hour or two. So you can expect the snow to arrive in Calgary anywhere between 7 and 9 p.m. Then it will intensify. It will track down Highway 2, move into the Lethbridge area. It will be all along the mountains as well, the foothills. And this will last all day Friday, pretty much. It should move out of Calgary by 11:30 tomorrow night, and then it will slightly move out of will slowly move out of the far south by early Saturday morning. Here's a look at amounts that you can most likely expect, about that 15 centimeter mark in Calgary, but again, we could see more than that. 16 for Lethbridge, 10 for Medicine Hat, 15 for Canmore. So it's a big bout of snow on the way. -4 will be the high, but that -4 will be the high early in the morning, and then temperatures will plummet throughout the day to the minus double digits. Wind chills will be in the -20s, and throughout the day, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. We'll hold on to the cold on Saturday. The snow will be done, but the cold will last on Saturday. -8 will be the high.
Let's look on the bright side.
I love when you do this.
That's just the kind of guy I am. Okay, so we are getting a fair amount of snow, but it's really only a 24, 36-hour event. By the end of this weekend, it will be quite a bit warmer.
Yeah, 2 days of cold, 1 and a bit of snow.
Okay.
We can handle that, right? Our backs can handle all that shoveling.
Sure.
8 currently right now, 9 was the high. It's hard to believe looking at this live shot in the graphic that we are getting into this big wintry mess. But I think Mother Nature's just trying to prep us for March because March is the snowiest month. So we're just about there. Okay, temperatures will drop. I think the key thing to know for tonight, it will be windy and snowy. So visibility will be reduced to 0 at times, blizzard-like conditions. Then tomorrow we'll have less wind. It will be calmer on the wind front, but the snow will be more intense for tomorrow morning. So yes, if you can work from home, do that. Anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters. Some areas outside of the city could even see 30 centimeters. -4 in the morning, -11 in the afternoon.
Well, let's go to our other potentially big story tonight, and that's a change in the weather. Danielle gives us our first peek at the forecast. Wind and snow coming our way.
Yeah, and hard to imagine when you look at what today was in the city. We had windy conditions at times, up to 60 kilometers per hour, but we had some sunshine. We got up to 9 degrees. We're now down to 7, still gusts around that 60 kilometer per hour mark. Here's some warnings in place. For the far south, still that wind warning. They've had gusts over 100 kilometers per hour. The city of Calgary and surrounding areas under a snowfall warning because we are looking at the potential of anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters of snow in these communities. I'll talk more about snowfall totals and what's expected, but quick little breakdown for the city. Temperatures will plummet throughout the day tomorrow, so keep that in mind. All the melting will freeze. We're looking at icy conditions, and then we're adding a whole lot of snow to it. It will be heaviest in the morning, so if you can work from home, tomorrow would be the day to do it. More details on this coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now. So how soon should we be expecting this change in the weather?
All right, for Calgary specifically, the system is about an hour behind. So between 7 and 8 p.m. is when the snowflakes should start to arrive in the northern part of the city. It will be combined with some strong winds as well because we already have had those winds in place. So I just want to give you some key things with this system to keep in mind. As this system rolls in the city, we're looking at gusts closer to 50-60 kilometers per hour. That's going to reduce visibility out there to almost nothing at times, creating those blizzard-like conditions. That's for tonight. For tomorrow morning, the snow will intensify, the winds will calm, but that could also greatly reduce visibility. Another key thing with the system, and like we've had with the past few systems, is that temperatures will plummet fast. This is going to create all that melting into frozen ice. So it will be ice underneath the snow, creating very slippery and treacherous conditions on sidewalks and, of course, on the roads, especially for the morning commute. So no visibility at times, very slick road conditions. If you do have to head out tomorrow, especially, take your time and work from home if possible. Okay, 7 degrees is the temperature right now. We did get to 9 today. We had some sunshine. Yeah, we had some wind, but it's hard to believe that we're going to be smacked with a big winter storm in just a few hours. 7 in Lethbridge, 7 in Brooks, 8 in Medicine Hat. Check out wind gusts though today. 122 kilometer per hour gusts. That was the max in Pincher Creek. 100 in Lethbridge and 102 in Medicine Hat. This is calming down for most communities now to about 80, but Pincher Creek is still over 100 kilometers per hour. For us in the city, we're still around that 50 to 60 kilometer per hour mark and will remain at that even through the evening hours. So the wind warning is in place for the far south. That will be dropped tonight. Snowfall warning is in place. Calgary is included in this. Snowfall warning is in place because in all of these areas, Calgary over to Bragg Creek, down to High River, Champion, over to Brooks, up to Rocky Mountain House. Isolated areas could see up to 30 centimeters of snow from this system because it will be consistent. It'll last at least 13 hours. All right, you can already see it tracking down. At this point, it's closer to the Innisfail area and making its way down. So it's taking its time. It's a couple hours, 1 to 2 hours behind. But the ETA is about 8 p.m., 8:30 for arrival time in the city. This will intensify as it moves through as well, especially by tomorrow morning. And it will be pretty consistent for about 13 hours straight in the city and many other communities down Highway 2 as well. When should this move out? That's, of course, a big question. Around 11 p.m. is when it should shift out of the city and just taper off to a few flurries. It will remain in the far south until Saturday morning, about 7 a.m. Here's a look at totals that you can expect. This is the most likely. These are the most likely amounts. Canmore, Calgary, Okotoks, High River, down to Lethbridge, over to Milk River, about 15 centimeters of snow, up to that. But again, some isolated areas could see up to 30. Temperatures will plummet as we talk, so that -4 is actually early in the morning, and then we'll drop to the minus double digits with wind chills in the -20s by the afternoon. Again, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow throughout the day tomorrow. Holding on to the cold for Saturday, but the snow will be done. -8 is a high. We'll get back above freezing on Sunday. That's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast.
Those pups are cute.
They are cute. They're always very cute. Well, bedtime can be tough in a lot of homes. You have to get creative sometimes.
What are you doing tonight? Is this a real ID? Crazy accurate, I gotta tell you. Where are you headed?
In my bed.
In your bed. Not gonna get out of bed this time, correct? It's Club Sleep.
This mom has turned bedtime into a VIP event. She has created Club Sleep. It's exclusive, members-only hotspot for those 5 and under. You got to get past.
Genius. I'm going to try that.
I know. I thought you might like this one.
Taking notes for the grandkids.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to make it fun. You got to make it desirable.
Club Sleep.
All youngsters learn by watching, no matter the species. Aw, look at this cute little baby flamingo learning to catch food by splashing around in the shallow water. They stomp around to stir up the mud. That dislodges the food, makes it easier to eat. As you can see, I don't think I knew this. They're not born pink.
Yeah,
They start off white and they turn pink gradually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by the time they're 2 or 3, they're pink.
I had no idea.
Yeah, cute little guy. Another blast of winter weather is moving in tonight. Danielle's tracking the system for us. We'll have those details when we return.
Oh boy, are we going to get some snow in all areas. All right, this is your Skywatch weather camera. We had a pretty stunning day today in the city for the end of February. Let me tell you, things are about to change. As the snow moves in, it will be combined with strong winds. So we're looking at reduced visibility, potentially down to 0. This is a look at the maximum wind gusts today. Now, over the last hour, we've started to ease up a little bit. Still windy and will continue to be windy till almost midnight, which is why it will reduce visibility. When we're talking snowfall amounts, the bullseye areas are really Rocky Mountain House down through Bragg Creek, Calgary included in this, Drumheller, over to Brooks, down to Champion, and over to High River. These are the areas that could see, in some localized areas, up to 30 centimeters of snow by the time this is all said and done. This is said and done by late Friday night for most areas. There's also a snowfall warning in place in the southeast corner where 20 centimeters is possible. That's south of Medicine Hat, so many berries, for example. The wind warning will be dropped tonight. The winds will be calmer tomorrow. Here's a look at where the system is starting to track down now. It's already a few flurries in the Olds area. All right, your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Temperatures will plummet throughout the day tomorrow, so by the afternoon, a wind chill of -20, and snowfall will be consistent throughout the day.
Puck drop for tonight's game a little after 8 o'clock. Going to seem slow probably after the Olympics.
Yes, it probably will. Thank you, Glenn. Snow drop a little after 8 tonight too, Danielle.
Yeah, you know what else will be a little slow is the roads. So are the roads? Are the roads. Wow, proper English. Okay, so and most communities can expect to see 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, as you can see here. But some localized areas will get up to 30 centimeters. So basically Rocky Mountain House down through Calgary, Bragg Creek, Cochrane, down to High River is where some areas could get 30 centimeters. It's about 13 hours straight of snowfall. -4 will be our high. That will be at midnight. And then we'll just plummet throughout the day. By the afternoon, minus double digits. Saturday, no more snow, but holding on to the cold. Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Quality windows and doors for your style budget in Alberta's climate. You know, we need the moisture, but no one needs to be driving in this, right?
Tell us how you really think, Graham. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.